everybody! Today I will show you some super easy lace doodle tutorials. These are perfect to use in your bullet journals, for example, and the patterns I'm walking you through step by step in this video are the ones I used in my own September bullet journal layout, and there are some extra patterns as well. I will link my September plan with me video to the description bar if you are interested to see it, but now let's just get started with this tutorial. And let's start off with this lace pattern that is perfect to decorate any side of your notebook page. This might look a bit complicated at first, but I promise you it's so easy to create when we do it step by step. And I'm starting to sketch this pattern first with a pencil, so we will know all the correct spacings for everything. And first, to make our lives a little bit easier, I'm gonna mark the total width of this drawing. Then you can see me drawing two different shapes with a pencil. First are these small half circles, and then these kinda eye shapes, which will continue all the way to the last dot of this page. And be sure that you still have one more column left from your maximum width that you marked down earlier, and then just repeat these shapes as I'm doing in the video. I'm gonna warn you, there will be a lot of repeating in these drawings, but I think the end result is totally worth it. And that's all the pencil sketching I'm gonna do for now. If you don't feel comfortable, you can always draw the whole thing with a pencil first, but I'm now gonna switch to my black pen. I recommend using something quite thin for these drawings. I'm using my Micron 005 in this video, which is thinner than what I normally use in my journal. So first I'm taking my ruler and drawing this straight line through the last dot row of this page, and then I'll start drawing these tiny half circles from that line to create our lace border. And I try to make these the same size by roughly drawing two half circles in each dot row. If they are not completely identical, it doesn't matter at all, because I'm sure you can't even notice small details like these when the whole drawing is ready. Next, I'm starting to redraw the shapes we did with a pencil, and then I'm adding the same lace border to the bigger half circles as well. There will be a lot of circles and half circles in this video, so just be prepared. I'm also drawing small black dots inside the half circles, and this will just create a bit more detail to the finished drawing. The bigger shapes might feel a bit difficult to draw, but they don't have to be perfect or identical either, so try not to worry about it too much. And then I'm drawing another kind of eye shape inside of these. Then you can see me quickly drawing a guideline with a pencil for our next step. So I hope you can kind of understand from the video what I'm doing here. I'm starting to draw these curved lines connecting our eye shapes. And after drawing those curved lines, I'm drawing yet another set of tiny half circles to create the same lace border look to this side of the pattern as well. Next, I'm starting to draw these small oval or kind of teardrop shapes from the tip of our previous shapes. And this one should touch the sixth dot column, which means that it's the furthest shape in our drawing. After that, I'm repeating the same shape 3 times to the both sides as well. Then we are actually on the last part of this drawing, which in my opinion makes the biggest difference. And again, I'm using a pencil first to show you how I'm drawing these small spirals. So I'm always drawing 3 spirals, and I'm starting from a smaller one and making the last 2 slightly bigger. And again, don't worry if they don't look exactly the same. Mine definitely don't, and the final drawing still looks really nice. I would say that the secret here is to draw so many details that you won't notice any small differences in the end result. But yeah, after that, our first lace pattern is ready, and I'm just completing my whole drawing here and then adding a little bit color to bring life for this drawing. And another good thing about these is that you can basically use any color you want, and you can also color in any parts of this pattern you wish. Okay, so now let's move on to 2 different lace-themed underlines that I think would look really nice under a page title or even as a divider on your page. These can also be drawn as long or short as possible, so they are really easy to modify. And let's start from the more simple one, which will actually have many similar elements as in the pattern we just drew. So I'm starting by drawing a straight line again, and then under that I'm creating these half circle shapes. All of these are 2 dot columns wide. And then you probably guessed it, I'm drawing more tiny half circles around these again to create that lace effect. Next I'm adding these small kind of teardrop shapes inside of these circles to add a bit more detail, and I'm also going over the inner side of the circles with tiny black dots. And then to give the finishing touch to this simple underline, I'm drawing small circles also on top of the line. This step is not necessary by any means, but I just decided to show you how it would look anyway. And that's that. This pattern is very simple and easy to draw, and it can be used in many different ways. For example, you can use this pattern to decorate any boxes by using this as a border. I actually used this pattern quite a lot in my September setup because it's just really quick to draw and easy to modify as well. Then I wanted to share something a bit different to you, just to show how many different options there are when it comes to lace. And this must also be my favorite out of all of these, and it can also be modified and used in so many different ways. So again, I'm starting by sketching this with a pencil beforehand, because actually I didn't have a clear vision of what I was gonna draw yet. And then when I actually started to draw this, I took a little bit wider pen first to draw a thicker black line under the title, and then 1 dot row lower, I drew another line which doesn't need to be as thick. And now you can see me starting to draw dots to the top and center of the empty space between the lines. And then by using a thinner pen again, I'm drawing crossing lines through those dots. I hope all of this makes sense to you. It's a little bit difficult to explain, but also you can see me drawing this at the same time, so I hope it's okay for you. Next, I'm adding some teardrop shapes again, and then I'm drawing these tiny little spirals that I'm kind of attaching to the teardrops. I think this created a super cute looking border for this pattern, and I think this could also be something you could use in many other places as well. Then under the bottom line, I'm adding small circles really close to each other, and then I'm drawing those similar teardrop spiral shapes here as we did to the top. And after this, you could leave this pattern here, or you can decide to decorate this even further. There are so many ways you could add some hanging doodles to this pattern and make it look even more interesting. Personally, I wish I had added this to the top of some of my setup page and draw some hanging doodles from it. I think it would have looked so cute. And I guess that's all about that pattern, and of course, again, you can color that in if you wish. And since I don't want this video to be too long, I think those will be the main patterns I will share with you today. Remember that you can always modify everything and find creative ways to use these kind of patterns. I'm showing you here how you can kind of use these as borders as well, or just to add something interesting to your bullet journal pages. There are no limits with this. You can create basically anything out of different lace patterns, which is why I really love this theme so much. For example, to my own bullet journal, I drew this lace bird, which is basically just a combination of different patterns, mostly similar to what we used here, and then I just drew some flowers here and there, and then I just combined everything to follow the shapes of the bird. So just by playing with different patterns and shapes, you can create anything you want out of these. And of course, if you need some inspiration, you can always go to Pinterest or Instagram or somewhere where you can find endless amount of different lace patterns. But yeah, I guess that's all I have for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial. I'm sorry if it was too detailed or boring for you, but I really wanted to try something different this time. And let me know if seeing these types of tutorials would be interesting or helpful for you in the future. I could definitely film these if there's something more complicated on my future bullet journal spreads. If you found this helpful or interesting, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to stay tuned also for my next videos. But that's that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you have a wonderful wonderful day or night wherever you are, and see you in my next one. Bye bye!